So, are we on time?
I think we are. Yeah, I'm just.
That makes a change.
Yes, we're normally late. We're normally late because we're gassing, but we're actually on time.
Yeah, we've had a fun evening.
Yes.
Right, before you start.
There we go, because that's about 20 seconds behind everybody. Right.
Right. Before you start, on behalf of the community, will you please accept my and the community's commiserations to yourself and Sharon on the passing of your very good friend, Gary Coster.
Thank you very much.
I knew Gary, I met him, so I know this will have affected you deeply. So on behalf of the community, please accept our condolences.
Thank you very much. He'll be sadly missed.
Yes, yes, he will.
He was a good chap, was our Gaz. He'll be now rocking with Alan and Rick, so we'll be quite happy.
Yes.
Bon Scott and Malcolm Young. So
anyway.
he'll be having a fun time up in rock and roll heaven.
Yeah. So, anyway, good evening, Matt, and anyone else who's watching.
Yes. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the wonderful.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you. Thank you for the live stream. Becoming very popular now. A lot of views last week. Eventually, I think he got up to about 262 people actually watched last week's stream, which is fantastic. Thank you very much. So, a busy week. It's been a busy fortnight, and it still hasn't ended.
Thank you, Jimmy. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Jimmy. You're a star. Thank you, Mick. So, what have you been watching last week? Well, 2,709 people have popped in and said hello. We picked up 11 new subscribers. So, if you're watching for the first time, welcome. So, what you've been watching? It's all about this week, basically. Number 3, the Gordon Lightfoot tribute. Good evening, Simon.
Evening, Simon.
57 views. Crosby, Still and Nash came second with 60. But number 1, Bachman Turner Overdrive Let's Rock, 118. If anyone doesn't know that is Smashy and Nicey from Gary Enfield. They used to go, let's rock, and sort of put a gear stick. Top short this week was ZZ Top's Eliminator with a Gimme All Your Lovin'. 28 Dave things, 12,000. Good afternoon, Dave.
Afternoon.
12,514 views and then 46 subs last month. We're getting close. So what you've been watching? It's the same ones from last week. Number 3 was The Future Never Waits Hawkwind. It's gone up to 177. 1980s, number 2's Richard McCook and myself, 215. And Gary Newman's album rankings, 229. So still holding out. Now, this is the most important ones to us. Good evening, Ralph. Good evening,
Ralph and Stephen.
We have got 178,971 views and 981 subscribers. We are 19 off that big 1,000. Nothing has changed. Jethro Tull 3, Derek Riggs Iron Maiden, number 2, status quo, but it's now gone up to 6,716 views. That is amazing. Last week's Battle of the Debuts, very close. 4 votes in it.
Yeah, only just
to Soft Machine. I'm going to put that one up because that's quite funny from Jimmy. Excellent one, Jimmy. So what are we doing in the laundry list and the work in progress? Getting through Morrissey, 10 of 13. Nectar, 5 of 15. FM, the UK version, 4 of 13. If you're wondering where the FM of Canada, we'll do them soon. Prefab Sprout. I can never say this. Prefab Sprout. I put Sprout. I don't know what.
It is. It's Sprout.
I put spout. I'll have to correct that because I'm going to say it. That's 4 of the 10. B-52s, 5 of 7. The Doors, 5 of 9. Clanad, my yawning music at the moment. Sit there humming and all over the place. 7 of 16. Started listening to a band that I hadn't listened to in an age, and that was Tokyo Blade. So I was rocking out to the first album by Tokyo Blade last week. Sonic Youth, I've listened to 1. I've listened to one of Michael Rutherford's solo albums and realised why he only made 2. The ones that have just came out of the laundry list is Delane and Berry and Dawn and the Groundhogs, that Dave will explain why that one's appeared very quickly.
I thought you were going to do that.
No, you can do that.
I can't remember.
I've finally completed the Beavis Frond and Molly Hatchet. So that's what's been going on. So it's now over to Mr. Keogh for his...
Right. For the gloom and doom, hatches, matches and dispatches, as my mum used to say. So in the dispatches this month, what are we? It's the 8th today. The 1st of June, we lost... Now, I'm not sure whether you pronounce her surname with a W or a V. She was Cynthia Weil, whether it's Weil or Vile, but she was an American Hall of Fame songwriter. Believe it or not, she wrote You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling, Here You Come Again, and Somewhere Out There. We also lost on the 1st of June Roy Taylor, an Irish singer and bass player with a band called Jump the Gun, who represented Ireland at Eurovision 1988. The 5th of June, we lost a voice that almost all of us will have heard at some time in our lives. We lost the lovely Astrid Gilberto. She was 83 years old. She was a Brazilian samba and bossa nova singer, and she was best known as the voice of the girl from Ipanema, for which she won a Grammy Award in 1965. And on the 6th, we lost Tony McPhee, age 79, and this explains why the Groundhogs have come out of the laundry list. We're going to be doing a tribute for Tony McPhee. In the hatches, it's birthday time, and we have an awful lot this week. So we'll start with the youngest and we'll work our way to the oldest. So 1977, the world welcomed a gentleman by the name of Kanye West. And that's all I'm going to say on that. In 1967, a gentleman by the name of Neil Mitchell. He's a Scottish rock keyboardist with Wet, Wet, Wet. He was born on this day. Happy birthday to you. And to somebody who goes by the name of Nicholas James Bates. That's on his passport and birth certificate, but we know him as Nick Rhodes from Duran Duran. 1960, it's happy birthday to Mick Hucknall. 1958, this is going to get an awful lot of you. Michael Lee Curran, better known as Jacko Jackchick. He's a British rock singer, songwriter and guitarist, and he played with Level 42, King Crimson.
I bet you had to practice to say that.
Yeah, I did. I had to write it out phonetically as well. 1955, Greg Ginn, American punk rock guitarist, singer and songwriter with Black Flag. And also in 55, James Jonathan Silvers, keyboardist and vocalist with the Silvers, better known Boogie Fever. Now this one, Iain didn't know this one. She was born Gaynor Hopkins. Her married name is Gaynor Sullivan. But we all know her as Bonnie Tyler. Happy birthday to Bonnie Tyler, 1951. 1947, the world welcomed Julie Driscoll. She's an English rocker and actress. She sang with a band called 33 and a Third Revolutions per Monkey. Even older, only by a month or two, is an absolute legend. Annie Haslam of Renaissance. Happy birthday to you, ma'am. 1944. William Boz Scaggs, rock guitarist with the Steve Miller Band and the singer-songwriter Lowdown and the Lido Shuffle. He was born today. In 1942, Chuck Negron, an American singer-songwriter with a band, Three Dog Night. And the oldest tonight, and hats off to her because she's still going. She's still walking in those boots. Nancy Sinatra is 83 years old today. Happy birthday to her. So that's enough of the hatches, matches, dispatches, and whatnot. So back to Iain in the studio, and it's time for him to tell you what's coming on this week. And off you go, sir.
Okay, well, we're going to start at a weird day because I forgot to put this up, and if he's watching, he'll know why. So today we're going to start on Saturday, because on Saturday we're doing 1970s number twos. Yeah. That was a tough one for me. I don't know how tough it'll be for Richard, but I've got a bubbling unders list as long as my main list. So that'll happen on Saturday. And then we've got a birthday to celebrate on a Sunday, Matt. So we got his birthday top 10, and he's got a real good one. I'm looking forward to that one. I know he's in tonight, so there you go. Your name is up in lights. Okay, then we go back to normal stuff. Monday, we're going to start off with Curved Air.
Yes.
This, of course, is in tribute to Mr. Francis Monkman, which is the guy. I think what I'm looking at is to my left at the very end.
Yes.
Next to him is Sonia, the singer. Very nice lady. Classic album review next week is a really underrated album from 1976, self-titled The Modern Lovers. Good album that is. Got some good stuff on it. Tuesday, we got part 3, I think, of the David Crosby's story. So we'll be looking at the Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young albums. And retro ranking next week is my version of what the top 10 should have been in the Eurovision Song Contest. And I can tell you now, it's nothing like the one. There's one or two that are in there, but boy, was it painful. And I did it all in for you guys.
The
I won't
agony.
do it next year, folks. I can tell you that now. Okay, Wednesday is a Bond day all round. We're going to do part 2 of the soundtracks. And I've thrown in this one because this is a man that's passionate about Bond. And he was, to me, was the second person that really spirited Bond in music. And that's David Arnold's project, Shaken and Not Stirred. It's a really good album. Then we come to Thursday. Oh, got a real good battle of the debuts. 2 great bands, one from England, one from Germany. And funny enough, one guy left one band to join the other. We're talking about Michael Schenker, of course. So we got UFO against the Scorpions. We're going to take a trip. No, we're not. We're taking a walk down memory lane.
Yeah.
And it'll be the 15th of June. 1986. Friday, another busy day. Live album ranking of Alanis Morissette albums. 2 new albums for you. The new Foo Fighters album, But Here We Are. And Noel Gallagher from Oasis, The Flying Birds, and his new album.
Yeah.
Council Skies. But that's not the end of the week, because a week on Saturday, ta-da!
Yay.
It's me and Naomi from 365, and it was Naomi that set this challenge: 5 priceless vinyl records in our collections. We had a lot of thought going into that one. We had a
Oh,
lot
you
of fun
did?
doing that because it was sort of, I come up with an idea, she put them there, and we ended up with this nice little thing. So that's what's coming up next week, folks.
There you go.
I'll come back onto the screen.
Oh,
Hang on, we got Jimmy Barnes.
on the 25th of this month, Jimmy. Yeah, we can add you.
Yeah, I can do that. When's that? Yeah, no problem. Easy peasy.
It's the day after me.
Thank you, Jimmy. It took about 3 or 4 goes to do that.
Now, what year, Jimmy?
He was 40. It'd be 43.
1980.
Yeah, that one will be in the bag. You picked up a Clanad. Excellent. Anyway, when Dave's ready, we'll get some people. I'll put the thing up because we're going to play Spin the Wheel in a minute.
Yeah, got it, Jimmy.
We're going to play Spin the Wheel. No, that's not the one we want. That's it.
Oh, look, Matt's worried that he's going to be 58. Child.
I'm 58 later in the year.
I know, but you're still young. You're a child.
So that's the thing. If you want to come up, but Dave, we're going to play Spin the Wheel in a minute.
Oh yes, right. I need to switch this.
While Dave's sorting out, the first wheel we're going to do. Remember, I put out the appeal for the Battle of the Debuts for July. We've had some, so.
Oh, we're going to do that one, are we? Right.
We'll do that one first. So we're going to spin the wheel, and the first 4 that come up will be July. The ones that you didn't get done, they'll be put in the wheel for another month. So don't worry.
Okay. There we go. I trust it's up on screen.
Good evening, Richard.
Good evening, everybody.
Right, well, you're interested in this because one of yours is on that wheel, isn't it?
Oh, I can't see it.
Yeah, Duran versus Spandau Ballet.
Ah, right, good.
Debut battle spin. So, how many do we want?
We want 4.
Okay.
Here we go. Who's out first? And this is for the week commencing 3rd of July.
Oh, it's mine.
So that's Black Rose
and Blue Angel. And that's my one. Oh. Do you want a bit of trivia about it?
You can, while you're spinning.
Well, the trivia about this selection is the lead singers. The lead singer for Black Rose, their only album, was Cher. And the lead singer for Blue Angel and their only album is Cyndi Lauper. So that should be a tasty little debut battle for you. Okay.
I'm just going to answer Stephen's. 10 is coming up very shortly, Stephen.
Yep. Okay. Number 2.
There we go. Beats the lottery, doesn't it? Oh, this will be a good one. It's an unplugged one.
R.E.M. and Nirvana, courtesy of Charles.
Okay.
Oops. I've just accidentally deleted one. Who have I deleted? Rats, I'm going to have to go through that. Ah, right, okay.
Where's Richard?
Yay!
It's finally popped up.
Do you know that I think one of them's been done before, but But that'll be a good battle.
Let's see if I got the. Yeah. Can't remember who the other one. I'll look back and I'll look back in the history and see what was done.
Okay, just so for the last one.
Durant. No, I've got the right. Live
Yes,
one.
I'm glad it landed on that one. That's going to be a live album battle between Thin Lizzy and Kiss. That'll be a corker.
Right. I need.
Are you happy, Bunny, Richard?
I am indeed, yes. I don't even know which one I want to win, so I'm going to have to listen to those two albums again.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, you all set for Saturday?
Yes, I am. I've even done the 60s and the 90s in case we're going to go further. I looked at the 2000s and I couldn't even pick one. So we're not going to the 2000s.
No, I think that the masses will like us to carry on with this one.
Yeah, well, I enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's just
so,
a way of phrasing it. We could find another way of phrasing it. And saying, this is Richard and Iain number twos. And I'm thinking, go.
Oh, it's perfect. Come on. Everybody giggles. It's a schoolboy giggle.
Here, do you want a little bit of trivia here?
Go on.
Yeah, go on.
Dave, you were reading out the birthdays, okay, for June this month, and you mentioned Kanye West.
Yes.
Now, this little bit of trivia that David Bowie in June 1972 released his Ziggy Stardust album.
That's right.
And the first song on that album is 5 Years, where the world, everything ends in 5 years' time. So that's 5 years from 1972, June 72, is June 77.
Oh, yes. And the Antichrist was born.
Well, if you look on the cover of the album, what does it say on the sign? It says K West.
Oh.
And if you don't believe me, look up the cover. It'll say K West, and the Ziggy album was released in June 72. 5 years later, 77 June.
Oh, that's a nice bit. Good evening,
Scary.
Let's have a look. Come up, the images.
He's doing well.
Yes, it is. It is. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that's a good one. I really do like that one.
Jimmy Barnes has got chills.
Evening Pulsar.
Collie wobbles at everyone. So, are you ready with your next?
Okay. Yep. Okay. And we want
two for this one, don't we? I can't remember which one comes first. I don't know if it's the American or UK top 10. This is for the UK top 10 on whatever 10th of July. It'll be the 13th of July. Oh, great! There'll be some absolute garbage in that one, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm not. Yes, there will. Oh, crikey!
You're going to take. I think you should take the 90s out.
No, we can't really.
Okay, go on then. This is for the American. Come on.
Let 1994.
He's got to take them out. Who thinks that Dave should take out the 90s out of this?
Well, the thing is, if we use them up now, well, although mind you, every time we spin it's a different date, so you can't have the same date twice.
So there you go.
You might have the same.
That'll be interesting.
Crikey!
Will I find one I actually like?
94, yes.
Well, in America?
Yes, I think you will. I
Oh.
think you will. Right, I need to close that. I need to go
Jimmy
back
says,
and
well,
check.
there's another mention of wet, wet, wet coming in on the chat. Oh, well, I don't know
Quite
what year
probably.
that was, that one. That was, it was at number one for forever, wasn't it?
Oh, crikey. That's...
Well,
Oh,
I had
well.
a good album on this afternoon. I listened to T-Rex at Wembley.
Oh, there's good live albums on this. Did you listen to the actual Born to Boogie soundtrack show, or did you listen to the matinee show?
I listened to the matinee show today.
I'll be back in a minute. Got to take a phone call.
Okay.
Starts off with Cadillac, which is a fantastic B-side.
Yeah, it's a really good thing. I'm listening to it for a reason, because I'm going to go through that whole of that album, so you know what's coming up at some stage. So I thought I'd start with this. The 90s. Rob says the 90s is the best decade.
Well, there's Britpop and all in the 90s, and alternative in the 90s.
It may be all right. So
Because I look at the number 2 singles of the 90s, and some of them are absolutely brilliant. I think some of the number 2 singles were much better than the number 1s of the 90s.
Yeah. I found, like with the one we're doing on Saturday, there were so many that I couldn't even mention.
I know. I've got about 7 or 8 bubbling unders, but I don't want to make it all the same sort of genre, so some have to be in there. But I've got a couple of surprises as well, that I really do like.
Yeah, there's one it was out in the 70s. It was released as a single in the 70s, but it's not from the 70s. That's one of my bubbling unders.
Oh, I know what that is. I can even tell you now.
I bet you could.
It might be like a bird. If you play golf, one better than an eagle.
No, it's not that one.
No.
You'll have to wait till Saturday.
Oh, so it's not Fleetwood Mac.
No, it's not Fleetwood Mac. No.
Oh my God. Now I'm really wanting to find out.
That is one that I had to leave off in mine.
Well, you see, I wouldn't put it on because it's the number 1 of the 60s. Then I got to number 2.
That's the reason that I did it, you see, because yeah. Anyway, does anyone else want to come up and join me and Richard for a chat?
Not while I'm up.
You're up. Yeah, so it looks like that we will be doing the 60s and the 90s number 2 hits as well. Have you looked at the 50s, or do you think that's a bit too
That's
much?
too much. Yeah, that's too much. I struggled enough for the number 1s of the 50s, but no. Well, I haven't looked at them. I'll have a wee look and see. But I did look at the 2000s, and seriously, there's no way that I could get 10. There's no way I could get 5.
Oh, I'd probably be the same. That's when
There's some that I recognise, but I don't like them.
Oh, Matt wants to come up for a minute. You're more than welcome to, Matt. You said that you want to come up for a minute. So he did send me a message about this. So I'll put the thing up again for you, Matt. So you come up and have a... He said he's got something that I might be interested in. So this could be interesting. I wonder what it is. Well, while he's coming up,
there's Nick.
It must be summer. He's got his knotted hanky on. Good evening, Nick. Oh, only on the. It's got to be British, isn't it? This is so British.
Yeah. The trouble is, though, I've got hair underneath it, so it don't really work. But there you go.
There we go. If you need an expert to do your top pre-war of the 78, then Maz will be interested. Yeah, so what's the matter? Is it just to come on the show then with you? with your knotted ankle.
Well, why not? Why not? We're experiencing a heat wave, aren't we, at the minute? Let's face it. Let's face it, it's going to piss it down with rain soon. Let's be honest now.
It will be.
Yeah. It's still hot in Ireland, isn't it?
It's very hot. So it is extremely hot. I've actually been working day shift today and tomorrow. That's why I'm on tonight. And I'm absolutely boiling in that office. And that's with the aircon on, the air conditioner.
Yeah,
you work in an office, Richard?
I work in a bakery, which means I have to do quite a bit of office work as well. So, and I usually work night shift, but now and again they sort of forget about you whenever you're in nights. That's when all the hard work's done. Because you bake and you have to come in some days to do meetings and so forth and see what the future holds and how we can improve and all that about it.
Yeah. I've had them sort of jobs in the past.
I may have figured this out.
You have. Hello, Matt. Lovely to meet you at long last.
Hi, Matt.
Now, Matt's been making contributions for ages now. It's lovely to see you. So
I love coming in here, and I thought it went weird for a second.
Can I just say, Simon,
sent an American on a mission last week.
He keeps cutting out.
He's frozen.
Right.
Oh, he's frozen out. Oh, dear. Simon, I'll get you up in a minute.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and show. Okay.
Oh, well done, Matt. I am so envious. Oh, you bugger, as we would say. That's a terrific album. I'll make that big because we were talking about them the other week. Bertha's second album, Can't Stop the Madness. That is fantastic. Oh,
Who on earth are they? Never heard of them.
American rock band.
No, it's
never heard of them.
Yes.
With a name like that, you'd assume they're British.
Have you heard of a band called Fanny, Nick?
No. You got to remember, I've led a sheltered life.
Yeah, Paul Sal wants to know, was that a new...
So the record's in really good condition.
That's excellent. Oh, that's worth you coming up, mate. That really has made my day. And I'm going to say now, I know it's not until Sunday, but I will do your thing. But happy birthday for Sunday. I'm looking forward to doing that for you.
I'll send you my email and.
You're cutting up.
All right, that's me back.
Matt's having we are struggling here, Matt. Oh, he's gone.
No, Simon. Or there's Simon's sofa. Evening, Rob. Evening, Nick.
Hello.
So,
get your hair cut off.
Pardon?
You get your hair cut.
Yeah, I've had a haircut, yeah.
Which one?
Yeah. I'll do the jokes.
Yeah. Are you going back for a second opinion? Get all the bad jokes in.
Let's see.
So apart from having a haircut, Rob, what have you been up to this week?
Yeah, I've been listening to I noticed that you're going to do a review of Noel Gallagher's new album.
Yes.
Does anyone else on the panel give it a listen? Or
I watched the review by
Ross?
Goodall. I watched that. He's very complimentary of it.
Yeah.
Yes, I've watched that as well, and he was very complimentary of it.
Yeah,
There must have
easily
been
gets
about,
it.
there must have been about 6 singles taken off that, because every time he mentions a song, he said it was a single.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there is 6 off that album.
Yeah, he easily gets excited, Ross, doesn't he?
I'm also going to be doing the new Foo Fighters album as well. And I've had a good listen to that this week.
Simon, have you heard the Noel Gallagher album?
I haven't. No, I haven't yet.
You've not been
Have you?
tempted to stream it at all?
Not really. No, I want to get the Blur album before I get anything else.
Yeah, that's out what?
You don't have to buy it. Just give it a listen and see what you think.
Well, I'll buy the Blur one. I'll probably give the Noel Gallagher while I listen.
What are you expecting for the Blur album? Have you got the Think Tank album? And
Yeah, I've got the Think Tank, and I've got the was it the Magic Whip? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, the one with the ice cream cover, as I
That's
call it.
the last one they've done before the new one, isn't it? But apparently the new one actually is actually really, really good.
Yeah.
So here.
Yeah, it's out on the 21st of July or something, anything like that.
I was saying I haven't bought a new album this year, new release yet.
No, I haven't.
And I was watching Mike PC 31, the Vinyl Policeman, and he was saying that he bought 17 new albums, not reissues, new releases so far this year.
Wow.
So I'm interested to know what I've seen a lot of his videos. But I'm trying to think what 16 albums so far that have come out this year. Don't know if anyone in the comments, what have they been buying this year? That's Richard. You bought a few, haven't you? A couple.
Yeah, but my new ones are all old artists, no sort of new artists. But I think Mike's going to do a top 10 very shortly, a midway through the year top 10 of these new albums. But
yeah, because you'd have Sparks on there, wouldn't you?
I've got Sparks, Ian Hunter, Paul Simon, and somebody else I can't remember.
Yeah, isn't it on CD as well as vinyl?
Girls in My Latte or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girl is crying in her latte, and I'm going to be reviewing that tomorrow. I haven't bought it yet. I've listened to it on Spotify, and I love it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to be giving that favourable reviews, don't they?
Yes, I've seen a couple of people give it a favourable review. The other album that's coming out, and it's their first album in 15 years, and that's the band from Boston, USA, Extreme. Got a new album coming out. The first one since...
Is that them who did More Than Words?
Yeah. This is their first album since 2008.
Right.
Sounders to Rock. So I'm looking forward to that.
Another interest, before you go on, has anybody been able to vote in the poll?
I voted and it went off, so I couldn't work it out.
Yeah, I voted.
The live stream poll.
Yeah, I did it, but it didn't show what percentage.
It said
it's not showing any. It's not showing any. It's not showing me any votes at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you here all night, Richard?
Okay. Well, I can be. I'm just absolutely shattered, though. So if I'm too tired, I'll sign off and go to my bed.
No, don't go, Richard. I like you being here.
Yeah, got other albums coming out. I've been searching today. Girls' School are putting out a new album in July as well.
Right.
And The Hives in August. Got a new album from The Hives in August.
Well, the Hives supported the Arctic Monkeys this weekend. My friend went to see the Arctic Monkeys at Old Trafford Cricket, and the Hives were supporting them. My daughter went to see Pink last night at Bolton's football stadium, and said it was amazing.
Yeah, what about this controversial about Roger Waters being the MP in Manchester wanting to cancel him?
Yeah. Is that because he's been wearing Nazi regalia?
Well, that black jacket, he's actually worn it since 1979, and there's no swatch stickers on it. It's 2 hammers, and it's actually an anti-fascist thing.
Yeah.
These people need to go and watch the movie The Wall and
Sounds
read
like
the lyrics.
Sounds like there's a politician trying to make a name for himself, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, it was the one that was a Tory and then became a Labour.
That could be any of about 50.
Yeah, the thing is, he probably wasn't even born when The Wall come out, you know.
Yeah, I don't know which politician you're referring to, but the only one, sort of Manchester's mayor's Andy Burnham, and he's quite level-headed. I can't imagine him getting embroiled in anything like that.
No, I think the big thing about that is that in Germany, the police were going to investigate him, which makes me laugh because when the wall came down in 1990, guess who played a concert?
Yeah,
in Berlin.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
Roger Waters, and what did he play? Oh, The Wall, and everyone was happy. How things have changed. I think that's as near as political we're going to get on this show. Do you know?
Evening, Naomi.
Oh,
Yeah, mate, it's a little bit part of this sort of cancel culture, isn't it? That's in fashion at the moment.
Was he in? You have to excuse my ignorance. But he was in Floyd, wasn't he? Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
I don't really follow Pink Floyd or any of those big mega bands like Zeppelin either.
Yeah, throw all your Bad Manners albums in the bin and get Wish You Were Here.
Now, now you just hang on there, young man.
Now, what are the chances that if I go off stream, we might have a viewer from Israel joining us? Are you up for it, Naomi?
She's actually editing a video about Roger Waters at the moment, so
yeah, don't push it. We're quite happy with who we've got now.
She'll come up at some stage, I'm sure. Anyway, then let's have a look. We've got Blur ice cream cover, yeah.
Iain, you never mentioned that Cat Stevens has got a new album coming out shortly.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, he has. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, I can't read me writing. It's on there. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be an interesting listen, won't it?
That's brand new this year.
Okay, Nick showing something. Let's have a look.
Rhoda Dakar.
Yeah, she was the lead singer of the Body Snatchers.
All right.
Yeah, that was on. I had that on pre-order. It's like on a pink vinyl. It's all cover versions.
Walking After Midnight. I love that song.
Yeah,
I actually love Around the Traction doing that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not a bad album. Cracking album. If you're expecting sort of up-tempo two-tone music, it's not that. It's more sort of skinhead reggae type stuff. Trojan. And that's the only other new album this year I've got. Darkadelic, God Damned.
Oh, yeah. Good album.
Yeah, there should be I think it's a difference in it, getting an album by someone who's 70, classing it as a new album, and getting an album by sort of a new band. There's a little bit of a difference, isn't there? But
I agree with you. That's why I said all my new albums are older artists that don't really count.
No, I know. I'm just wondering. I go on Pitchfork. I don't know if you use Pitchfork, so it's kind of ranks albums by esteemed journalists, etc. And I always sort of have a look on there to see what's, and stream stuff. And generally, it's not my kind of thing, but I do sort of give stuff a listen by bands that, I've never heard of. That's how I kind of do it, really.
You're sort of known for doing that, Rob, aren't you? In your videos, no end of bands I've never even heard of. Mind you, I've been in a musical bubble since the mid '80s. I know what I like and I like what I know, and I'm quite.
I'm the same.
Did you see this, Simon, from Jimmy? I'm very happy with the panel in its current state, except I keep hoping for Vinyl Dale to finally take his shirt off.
Simon, what about those 5 questions, those 5 teasers you put on that poll?
Right, yeah.
What's been the result of that? Was it asking people to subscribe? Was that the most annoying?
Begging for subscribers, yeah, that's been the top one so far. Yeah.
Yeah, I've put Dave and I put 2 quizzes up on my community page today.
Yeah, was it something about Queen?
One's about Queen, yeah, and one's about Led Zepp.
Why are you trying to steal Simon's thunder here when I'm asking him something?
Excuse me. It's connected, isn't it? Asking questions.
So because it does always still tickle me when I watch YouTube and it's not part of the vinyl community. I just think it's normal that they ask for subscribers, but I don't know what it is about the vinyl community where it feels a little bit awkward. Is that just me that thinks that? I know other people have sort of mentioned that as well.
I asked once for subscribers, and the sweat started pouring off the forehead. I was that embarrassed about it.
I know.
So
I've never done it.
People just sort of say it off the tongue, don't they? Without thinking.
Yeah, I do when you watch something. Before they get in, it comes up on the screen. You get little people dancing. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Yeah.
Especially in America.
What else did you put on them 5? Maybe we can discuss it, Simon, for a bit of fun.
I think I'll get my phone. 1 sec.
I noticed that Michael did his 10 Commandments, didn't he?
Yeah. You're not going to do a response for that, then?
Well, maybe we can talk about that in a little bit, can't we? Have a bit of fun with that. You should have memorized it.
I know. It's been a long day.
There's so much going on, isn't there?
There is.
Jimmy's made a good point
Thank
there.
you for subscribers, of course. Accepting gifts from complete strangers.
What was that? Were you being uncomplimentary towards truck drivers?
There seems to be so many videos from America where they're sending each other VCLT. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, there's a lot of Aaron Mither Alamar sends a lot of stuff out. And JT Record Room or whatever it is sends a lot.
Those guys are desperate to get rid of the crap, aren't they?
Yeah, it sounded the same people.
I think it's a bit cringy when you got like a woman doing it and you got all like these men who are just throwing VCLT at them,
A few years ago, there was a big hoo-ha about that. Remember whenever Obama received stuff?
Yeah, I don't really think it happens as much. I think Hannah's sort of detached herself a little bit from the VC, hasn't she?
Well, her subscriber count has really risen. So it has.
Yeah. Well, that's what tends to happen. The further away you get up from the VC, you move into a different stratosphere, don't you? But she has a lot of adverts.
She's a nice lady, actually.
Oh, Hannah's lovely. She's a really nice girl.
She does. She has a lot of adverts on her videos, though.
And then there's Beth as well. Her subscriber count's going through the roof. She must be close to 10,000 now.
Who's
that? Beth? It was Beth. No, not Beth. Sorry, it is Beth. Red Rum Records. Then it was Mercedes. So her subscriber count's going ridiculously high. And fair play there.
Yeah,
She's a lovely voice.
Yeah. Yeah, I never really watch your videos, so
Well, I don't
I'm
know
sure she don't
because
watch
they're all-
mine either.
So
I'm watching mine at the moment, obviously, because I'm not far off 1,000.
Nothing, Iain, when you get 1,000 subscribers, nothing happens. You don't start touching everything's gold when you get 1,000.
I know that. It's just
actually, something does happen. Once you hit 1,000 subscribers, your rate of subscriptions go down. So
Yeah,
you find that you don't get as many subscribers as you used to, and then it makes you even more frustrated if that's what you're looking for as subscribers.
yeah.
Well, of course, you can monetize, can't you? But
No, but you can only monetize if you're doing enough videos and getting enough views.
You have to have a certain amount of video or amount of views. I think it's more views than videos.
Is it 4,000? Is it 4,000 hours?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time a year. So I'd never be able to do that because if you're doing 12 videos a year, you're never going to get 4,000 watch hours, are you?
I think I'm all right.
Your videos, Rob, you seem to get a lot of views on the ones you actually do, which is few and far between now. But that one in the records shop, is it over 3,000 now?
Yeah, it's over 4,000 that. But
over 4,000. Oh, well done.
That's because I'm not in it. But if
still.
you don't do many videos, and you do a video, more chance of people watching it because you're not doing a video every day like Glenn Kellaway.
Yeah, he did another one tonight about Sting, I think.
Yeah, I know. I do one every day, yeah.
All YouTubers have ads on their videos regardless. That's what YouTube has done.
I know. Richard, I watched your video, one of your incredibly interesting videos about, I think it was, like your favourite bands from the 70s, something like that. And an advert came on in the middle of the video.
There was an ad.
Yeah.
I bet you didn't get no money for it, did you?
No. But that's what annoys me because I would rather they're not. That's why I don't monetize because I don't want ads. But they keep saying they're going to put ads in anyway, so you might as well monetize.
Exactly.
But yeah, I watched John Heaton tonight doing that thing about 1972 with Paul McCartney or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was 2 double ads plus a single ad in that video. And you couldn't skip. You could only skip the third one. You had to go through 2 20-second ads in a row.
Yeah.
Then you got and then 2 more 20-second ads in a row, which is really, really.
You know how to get around it, don't you? You click off the video, then you click back onto the video, and then that should skip the ad.
Because sometimes even if I go forward, the ad automatically then comes on.
Yeah.
Right.
It's programmed to beat you.
Yeah.
That's really annoying.
Jimmy's just said, anyone else thinks Rob Walker has too much time on his hands? He's got a notebook full of ad timestamps.
He's got what?
You've got a notebook full of ad timestamps.
Right, okay.
Have you watched Boone? His new channel started up. I hope you've all subscribed to Lloyd.
Yeah, Mike.
I haven't got his link. What's his link, Richard?
It's Lloyd Boone. It's the same name as the last one, but it's got a 2 at the end of it. World of Music, Lloyd Boone, World of Music 2. I like the guy. I really do. I think
he's
down there.
Yeah, I'll subscribe to him later.
How many subscribers has he got now?
I'm not sure.
I think
watched his Apple.
He had about 15, I think. But Mike gave him a shout out, didn't he, on his recent video?
He should do this case. I think he should actually do a contest and then get somebody like Rachel to promote it to get his name out there. Because Lloyd, he would have 460 something subscribers or whatever, but he's only getting about 20 or 30 views per video.
I know.
which wasn't enough. And some of his videos were great. Like he had the gall, and so did Iain, by the way, to do a Rod Stewart ranking.
I know.
And I
No,
watched
but-
every single of it. I watched every bit of it. It was great.
Yeah. I mean, Ian's proved that you can pick a really crap band and get record numbers of views on it.
No. I have picked some. Do you know though, the ones I think of really, I think, God, this is going to go down like a lead balloon. Is the ones that people watch.
Do any of you guys have like a pass mark for your videos, which makes you say, "Oh, this video was a success," or "This video was a failure"? I actually do.
I don't.
I do.
Oh, right.
I look to see within the 24-hour period of uploading if I can get 10% of my subscribers. So I've got something like 1.47 thousand subs.
Right.
If I can get 147 views within the first 24 hours, I call that success.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, Dave's done it for me. Thank you, Dave.
Sorry, Simon?
I said some can be slow growers, can't they? You know,
They can. They can. The one I was most disappointed in was a couple of years ago. I did a Drifters video that nobody was interested in at all. And I thought, oh, the Drifters, nobody's ever mentioned the Drifters. Everybody loves the Drifters.
Yeah.
Nobody loves the Drifters apart
Yeah, I
from
remember
me.
that.
I've got a Drifters album.
Good on you, Nick. Good on you.
I've got a greatest hits album.
Yeah, it's something along them lines.
Yeah. Motivate.
Yeah, Richard, I agree with you that you do kind of have an idea what you like your video to get in the first 24 hours.
Because if you think about it as well, your first 24 hours is when all the people that actually do watch your channel watch your videos. And if you look after the first 24 hours, unless it's one of your, say you do get more views anyway, but a video goes dead after about 3 days for me.
Yeah.
Unless something picks up, like the Stranglers one went dead, and then it has actually picked up, and I did that just before Christmas. Now it's hitting 1900, and I don't understand why. It's great to see it.
Does it? Do you think it has some effect when you actually post the video?
Yes. Well, you get certain times where you get really brilliant album. That's like an early greatest hits, golden hits.
Yeah.
That's not the 70s Drifters. That's the sort of 60s and late 50s, which is great. I always find around between 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the evening is whenever you get your most views.
I suppose it depends on the type of content as well, because some videos people just might watch the one time and that'll be it. But if it's got like a rewatch kind of value to it, for people to watch.
If I posted a video when I got home from work at 7 o'clock in the morning and I post one at 7:30, you would get about 3 views in the first hour, and maybe another 5 in the second hour. So there's certain times, and there's a period. Say I would do most of mine on a Saturday. There's a period between about 11:30 at night and 1 o'clock in the morning that nobody watches them every time.
Right.
It's interesting, and it's just really interesting to see. And I know whoever watches my channel will watch them at the start, and then after a day or two, it goes dead completely.
You don't do videos where you're sort of visiting record shops or anything like that, though, Richard, do you?
No, I can't, because I was going to do one on the final day of the guy in Ballymena, Johnny, but the shop had quite a few people in it because you had 20% off and people were taking advantage, and I thought, no, I'll leave it.
Yeah.
But there's something about me going into a shop with a camera. That's worse than asking for jobs. I would feel really embarrassed in case they said, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
This is not Ireland here. This is not England.
I think you have to ask for permission, really. To
Do you? Did you ask permission, Rob?
You should really. If it's in a record shop, I think you should sort of say, "Do you mind if I go around with the camera?" And if they give you the yes, then great. But
I didn't ask permission. I know the guy who owns the shop though.
yeah,
all right.
But I was in a shop in Manchester about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and there's a channel called Tasty Records. It's a shop in Altrincham, and they've got about 800 or 900 subscribers. But they did an unboxing of Dark Side of the Moon, and they got about 80,000 views on it. So I was chatting with him in King B Records in Manchester. It's called Solomon, the guy. So I'm thinking of going in there. I might shoot a bit in there as well. But I was at the car boot, last week. We were talking last week about being recognised, and there was a guy with a stall, and so it was dead sunny, and I was looking at his records, and I said, "How much are they?" And he went, "They're £1 to you because I like your channel." So,
Hey.
yeah. So he let me have any record on his stall for £1.
I haven't met
don't get
anyone in the flesh. I haven't met anyone in the flesh, but I've had a record shop guy in my hometown who packed up and moved.
Right.
And he commented on one of my videos like a year or two down the line after me doing them. He said, it's me, Rob, and I, Rob, and so we met that way, which was weird, but it happens.
Yeah.
Well, the only one I can say is that my niece is going out with this fella called Connell.
Right.
And his father, and he said his father, his girlfriend is Bethany McCook. And his father says, "Oh, I know a guy on YouTube called McCook, Richard McCook." And Connell says, "Oh, that's Bethany's uncle." So he actually came as Connell's father came down to my father's funeral and the wee reception, but at the end, always just sat there talking about records and singles and the thrill of getting a single on Saturday afternoon and going home and making sure you had the picture sleeve and all the rest of it. It was great. We were trying to get the young ones who were not interested at all.
Yeah, that reminds me of a story. And my brother got married. He was down in Bournemouth, and his in-laws, his sort of step-father-in-law, used to work for R.T.O Records.
Oh, yeah.
In the 60s. And I sat until 2 o'clock in the morning drinking whiskey, talking about the people that he met, came in. I mean, he was talking about the Sputniks, the Swedish band who signed to them. He was there when they were recording all that, and he was telling me how they were doing Orange Blossom Special, how they played it, and it didn't sound right, and then they speeded it up to get the right tone. So that guitar work on Orange Blossom Special is at twice the speed, but it worked. Does anyone else want to come in chat? Because I think David's going to come out. So I'll put the thing up and we'll get someone else joining from the nut house, because I'm sure we're going to have the compilation quiz soon. Oh, he's got a good one this week.
I've got it.
I'm glad I wasn't there for your Video Stars one, Rob, because I would have had to buy out because I had that album myself.
Right, okay.
So I'll just
So
say,
what about this one? Have you got that one?
No. I've seen it before years ago, but I've never had it.
Yeah, I recognise that cover. Is it a Ronco one? Is it a Ronco one?
Yeah, it's 1979.
Good God. Ronco. What a name that was.
Yeah.
Another disco one. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it whenever you want me to.
Okay, I'm just going to see if we get anyone. If anyone wants to come up and join in the quiz. You know you're doing a quiz at Christmas, Rob, don't you?
Am I?
Yeah. Why should I
You're going to do a quiz at Christmas?
Yes, you're going to do a Christmas quiz.
Are you
quiz.
Are you going to still be doing this at Christmas?
Of course I am. We're
going
to have American by Christmas.
Come on, Jimmy, get your ass up on here now. Come on.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Is Jimmy going to join?
Yeah,
Talk
get
to us
Jimmy
about
up
Queen,
here.
Jimmy. Get up here.
Okay, in that case, I'm leaving. I'm out. See you all later.
Okie doke.
See you then.
All the best, Dave.
We've got one room for one more. There's the thing. Click on that. Ah, someone's come in, and he came in the other week, and it's Stevie's vinyl cupboard. Greetings, Steve. How are you?
Hello, folks.
Lovely.
Bye.
Show.
Oh,
I
right.
loved your video, the Yes thing. I watched it after we spoke last time, and it was absolutely brilliant. I loved it.
Hang on. Let me get my. Can you hear me all right?
I certainly can.
All right. Yeah, I think I caught that. Thank you. Thank you very much. And hello, everybody, again.
Bye.
Good evening.
All right.
How's it? Is it still picking views up, Steve? That.
I heard you talking sort of about things leveling off. It did quite. It's one of those ones. It did quite well initially, so it had 1 or 2 days, and then it trickled a bit. So it was more kind of vinyl community. Have a look. Okay, now forget it. so yeah, so it went up and then sort of plateaued, and then that was it. That was it, really.
Because I think we've probably all got videos that they won't die. They just keep, chugging along.
Yeah. I've got a couple of shorts that keep doing that. They're chugging along and they won't die. But then people watch those, but they won't watch my videos. So
well, that's understandable, isn't it?
yeah, they just want to keep it short. Keep it short, keep it light.
Well, I find the Who ones that you put up are really fascinating.
What, the shorts?
Yeah.
I mean that was really well edited in the first place, so it kind of made life very easy. I did it as kind of like an exercise.
Yeah.
Nice one, Nick. Just an exercise with editing, and it sort of I just kept going because I found it very interesting to do. And they got some good views.
What about you, Richard? Have you got one that won't die?
At the moment, the Stranglers one's doing very well. Still doing very well. It's going to hit the 2,000 soon.
Yeah,
because it's over 1,900. The one that's done the most for me is the Slade singles from 3 years ago. It's nearly 5,000. But my very best video was whenever I wasn't actually making videos, I just put up a picture of Chrissie Hynde and her doing the Beatles Not a Second Time, and it's over 20,000.
Yeah.
So that was way back, over 10 years ago.
This isn't a criticism of Iain, but I've just wondered do you think that there's more people doing ranking videos now? So maybe it's more difficult to get the big views on the ranking videos.
I don't really think so.
No.
I've started doing ranking videos again, and the Kinks one has done very well for me. It's over 600, and even the one I did on the Who on Saturday is over 400. For me, it's not bad for a ranking video.
Yeah.
But I think some of these ranking videos have to take off long after the video has been uploaded, because that's what happened with the Slade one. It did okay, and then about a month and a half later, it just shot up.
Yeah.
And everybody, a lot of people watched.
Yeah, I think they've got a little bit more longevity, haven't they? These, the ranking videos.
You're going to get really good views on whenever you show your new vinyl finds. You're going to get initial views are going to be brilliant. If you ever look at your analytics, it'll go number 1, ping, ping, ping. This is your best video, and then it dies. Like all those videos die.
I mean,
speaking of Slade, I picked this one up at the car boot sale at the weekend.
Burning in the Heat of... Oh, My Baby Left Me. That's a brilliant version. Yes. That's a mixture of that and That's All Right. That's fantastic from 1977.
Yeah,
that's their tribute to Elvis after he died.
All right. I'd never heard of that one before. But
Oh, it's brilliant.
it was only 50p, so I picked it up. I do buy Slade stuff whenever I see it.
That's when Dave Hill had a complete skinhead.
That's right. I've seen pictures, and he's got bigger ears than Gary Lineker.
That's right.
Yeah, talking of Slade, when I rank the albums, that regularly picks up 20, 30 views a week. It's over 12,000 now in total.
When are you going to do the Gary Glitter albums, Iain?
Oh, good God.
I don't think that'll happen. We only mention him when he's in a top 10.
Put it on the bucket list or put it on the laundry list.
It raises a good point, actually. You know, these people who get involved in that sort of stuff, if you've got records by them, what do you do with them? If you like them,
That's it.
Get rid of them.
I will admit I love the Gary Glitter singles. I think they're brilliant. I really do. And I did a wee glam CD thing about a year ago. And I said at the start, I can't include them by Gary Glitter, even though I'd like to, but I didn't.
No, I usually call it Go GG. You know, at number 2, I Love You, Love GG, and then I'll leave it. I don't go into, oh, that's a brilliant song, because you just don't know who's watching, do you? But we have an age, especially Richard and myself and Rob, we all remember that.
Yeah,
he was huge. He was huge. I mean, he supported Status Quo in 1984 at Milton Keynes. They had a band on.
I saw him live in 1986.
Yeah, I saw him,
and it was a good show. I have to admit, but
they had a band on called Jason and the Scorchers, and they got bottled off, and I mean bottled off. And he came on, and he got the crowd back. You know, then few opening chords of rock and roll, and the crowd were jumping up and down. But I mean, that should go down as a glitter band now, because it is actually played by the glitter band. And I am going to do some stuff on the glitter band. I'm doing a retro ranking on the glitter band.
The glitter band had some good singles, you know, they really did. Yeah. Would the glitter band ever have any singles whatsoever if they had the back Gary Glitter? I don't think so.
Jimmy's come up with them to get round the glitter prom. Use his real name, Eamon No Register. I think I did say Little Pud when I think it was when he had got recalled to prison, and in the charts at the time in one of the years was "It's Good to Be Back," and I think I did say what you said when he walked back to the door.
Think of Oasis. Oasis credit Gary Glitter on their what's the story? Album with Hello, Hello, and Back Again. And then Joe Jett, he did a Joe Jett video not so long ago, and she covered 3 of his songs.
Yeah, Do You Want to Touch? I Love You, Love, and the boys are all right. Boys, yeah.
I hear a lot of T-Rex in Oasis songs.
Yeah, well, especially Cigarettes and Alcohol. That's just pure get it on.
Yeah.
But it's Cigarettes and Alcohol, I still think is a great song. I really do like it. I really like that Oasis first album. After that, I just
Yeah. The first 3 are the best.
Yeah, so do you like?
Would be better. Go ahead.
Say "Be Here Now." I wouldn't have that as one of the better ones.
The songs are too long.
Yeah.
It's better than their latest stuff, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but All Around the World is a good song, but it's 7 minutes long, for God's sake.
I like Magic Pie. That's a good song.
Yeah, I like some of the songs on it, but it does feel too long. Stevie, your channel's gone a bit quiet. What's going on?
Well, I've just struggled to put a vinyl haul video on just to bore everybody to death, and it's about 4 months worth, so it's really long. I've tried to jazz it up, but you know,
Has that just been uploaded?
No, I'm going to put it up tomorrow evening,
Right,
and
okay.
then
I'll
I'm
watch
going to have. I'm just putting together today. I'm going to have a go at your UK top 10 bands.
Right, that'll be good.
Yeah, but that's 20 minutes as well. So
Right.
you know, you go beyond the dreaded 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then you're into unknown territory, really, aren't you? Really, unless you put timestamps in and say, I don't mind if you scroll through. You know,
that was one of the things that Michael put in his 10 Commandments, wasn't it? About, I know Richard's always thought that I think 10 to 13 minutes is a bit of a sweet spot for a video.
Yeah,
Yeah, I tend to agree.
But on this vinyl haul, I've just put a load of timestamps and just said, help yourself. I found actually, you know, you were talking earlier about kind of timestamps and stuff, and like the going into record shops.
Yeah.
With I've got another video that won't shut up. It's the record fair one, which literally I just hacked together and shoved it on without like minimal effort. And it's a record fair, so I was like a bit, like you say, a bit embarrassed to like swinging the camera around. So I just went up to the stall holders and said, I've got a friend, he's up the road he's in a wheelchair. So is it all right if I just film through, because he might fancy some stuff? And they go, oh yeah, of course. And so I'm like, I pretended to talk to him, but I'm talking to myself. Said, oh yeah, you've got this. I think you might have this. I've got this one, but you might like this one. I did the whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's the way to do it. Just say you know you're there. You'd like to film it for somebody with a disability. They might want one or two things. You know.
Yeah.
That's how to get around that. But I don't think you can do it every time, because what again? You know.
Anyway, are you ready? Is everyone ready for the quiz album quiz? Richard's probably going to win.
Oh, well, not necessarily. Can I see that T-Rex single, Nick?
I'll put him big for that. Let's find him. Where are you, Nick?
I'm here.
Which one is it?
Metal Guru.
Metal Guru.
Favorite.
Look on the B side.
The two B sides, Thunderwing and Lady.
There's no getting past Richard, is there?
No.
I'm a T-Rex fan. I know the T-Rex catalog back to front, but you don't think that label is so cool? And the sleeve as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got that.
I did have a Mark Bolan and T-Rex Greatest Hits double album, but I gave that to my daughter. So I'll just pick up. I'm quite happy with the odd single.
You were talking about VCLT to women.
Oh yeah.
I was having to go at that last Christmas, and I thought I'd send a few things out, and then I kind of didn't. But I sent one thing out to that channel, that lady Telegram Sam, because I had a copy of T-Rex Telegram Sam, and I thought, well, she might like that. So I sent it to her, and it must have got lost in the post for weeks. It cost me 50p, and she made a video, and she said, "Oh, I've had some VCLT T-Rex." I thought, "Oh, this is it. I'll get a nice shout out here. 50p. It's worth the £5 postage." And somebody had given her like a T-Rex box set for like $200 or something, and then she didn't mention my single for like months. She's just put a video and said, "Oh yeah, Stevie sent me this single. Cheers." And I was, anyway.
It's all over to you now, Rob. Your quiz.
No, I wanted to show Richard this because at the car boot sale, I found this for 25p.
Oh, Christmas Bob. Do you know what, Rob? You have a T-Rex record I don't have. I don't have the picture disc of that.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
Is it Shy Boy on the back of it? No, it's not. It's Shy Boy and Ride the White Swan.
That's the one that's got Ride the White Swan, isn't it?
Yeah, Ride the White Swan live, Shy Boy, and then it's got this one. Yeah. So I'll have to stop. sort that out. I'll send
Cool.
that to you. Yeah, so we're gonna do.
Yeah, get rid of it.
We're gonna do this album.
You should
What I'm
keep a
gonna do
running
is I'm gonna
score,
name-
really.
I'm going to name the artist, and you've got to guess which song it is.
1979.
Yeah, a lot of these are artists that are sort of really well known for maybe one song, so it shouldn't be too difficult. We'll start off with Racy.
Some girls.
Some girls.
No,
Lay your love
Lay all
on
your
me.
love.
Lay your love
Yeah.
on me. Yeah.
Lay Your Love on Me. Yeah. What about Heat Wave?
Ooh.
Who?
Heat wave.
Martha
Jam.
Reeves and the Vandellas.
No,
Boogie
Heat
Nights.
Wave is the group.
Oh.
Oh,
Boogie Nights, no?
No, not Boogie Nights. No.
No, I don't know.
Plot twist. They did a single called The Jam.
No. It's a ballad. No. Nobody knows
Float
it.
on.
No.
It's called Always and Forever.
oh,
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
What about Sparks?
Beat the Clock.
Number one in
Number
heaven.
one.
Beat the Clock, yeah. What about Irish band The Boomtown Rats?
Don't Like Mondays.
Mondays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, there's two. Richard will know these. There's actually two tracks by Dollar on here.
Two
Mirror,
tracks.
Yeah.
Oh, Mirror, Mirror. From 1979.
No.
That was
81.
81.
81,
Love's
82.
Got a Hold on Me.
Yeah, that's one.
And Who Were You With in the Moonlight?
Yeah, well done, Richard.
Oh,
Never
I
lets
like
us
Dollar.
down, does he? We call him the post. We call him the postman. He always delivers.
He did well, didn't he? He ended up having working in a burger van, didn't he?
Oh yeah, David
That's
Van
right.
Day. Yeah.
David Van Day. Yeah, I like him.
wasn't he
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Bucks for a little while as well?
yeah.
I think he might have been.
And he ruined it.
Was he originally in Guys and Dolls?
He
Yeah.
was indeed. She
One
was
of those.
well. The two of them were in Guys and Dolls, and they got the sack from Dollar, and then she dyed her hair blonde. She's a brunette.
What about?
Teresa Bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. She's a lovely woman. There's an interview from a few
Yeah.
years ago on YouTube, and she's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice woman.
What about Public Image?
Public
Public
Image.
Public.
No.
Is it metal something? I don't know them at all.
It's not love
No.
song, is it?
No,
Death
it's
Disco.
funny. Having this track on this album, it's just weird.
Death Disco.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's Death Disco, and then the last track is Racy, Lay All Your Love on Me. It's hilarious. That. The Ruts.
Babylon's Burning.
Well done, Nick.
Yeah.
B.A. Robertson.
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
Oh
well
no!
done.
Bang bang.
Yeah. The Buggles.
Did he was the radio star?
No.
Yeah. There's not many more now that, well, these are both kind of one-hit wonders, really. So you should get them pretty quickly. The Jags.
Written on
Back
the
of my
back of my
hand.
Back of my hand classic, yeah. And the Flying Lizards.
money.
Um,
That's
Money.
all they can.
Yeah, and I'll give you one more. It's a bit of an obscure one. They did have a couple of quite big hits, though. The Gibson Brothers.
Cuba.
No, but that was a good one.
No.
You don't know?
No.
Oh, What a Life.
So it is.
Yeah. So that's this week's quiz.
Oh, Ivan got it. Well done, Ivan.
Well done. So I've got a few singles if you want me to show you some singles.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that was We'll have some singles. Let's paint you big.
Yeah, so I got this one. These were all like 3 for £1, so this was a nice one. Sleeper, bit of Britpop.
God,
This is on
that's a
blue
bit good.
vinyl, and it's a limited edition as well. So
Is it signed?
yeah, so yeah, I'm waiting for like an Elvis thread.
I picked up an Elvis single at the weekend.
Stop interrupting. This is my bit.
All right.
So this is a Cure, In Between Days.
Oh.
Good song.
Oh, got that. Lovely.
Time for Action.
Secret Affair. Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, Nick.
Nick, do you like Secret Affair?
Yes.
Right.
The very first record I ever purchased via Discogs was Secret Affair's first album.
Yeah.
Is it Glory Boys, that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I didn't like them when they came out, Secret Affair.
Yeah,
They're good.
I really like My World.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I bought this. I've already got it, but I picked it up because it was like 3 for £1.
Yeah.
The Modern World. Yeah.
I like
Oh,
cool
here's
music.
one that I didn't know if Richard had this. Have you got this, Richard?
I do, yeah.
I have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, in picture sleeve as well.
Yeah,
But not as good a
Saturday night,
condition as you.
I've not seen this before, so
Yeah, I've got it.
Decent B-side. Jack
Pardon?
Rabbit, and whenever a couple of decent B-sides on it. Jack Rabbit, and whenever you're ready, we go steady again.
yeah.
It's on the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road album, isn't it?
Yeah. It's,
This was a single that was never a hit, but it's quite a well-known song. It's Sniffing the Tears, Driver's Seat. Do you know that?
don't know it now.
No.
You know it if you heard it.
Oh, is it one of them that you don't know?
Sing it for us.
No. Then it were on an advert for Pioneer TV. Right, I've got one of these double pack singles here. Tears for Fears.
Nice.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So I Believe, and it's got shouts on it as well. It's in really nice condition. So that was a nice find.
The Americans love for Tears for Fears right now.
I know.
Okay.
So I don't know if you anyone remember the Railway Children.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they were sort of around at the beginning of the 90s. They never really had that much commercial success, but they were okay.
I thought you meant the film.
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah. And then China Crisis. This is one I didn't have, African and White, so I picked that up.
No, I like that song.
Yeah. I like China Crisis. One of my favourite groups from Liverpool.
Yeah, I like them.
And then Talk Today. Pick that
I've
up.
got that one.
Very nice.
That is.
It's not a bad one.
I sent this out to Jörgen, in Sweden. I sent him some singles, kind of ECLT, and I sent him this. So I was missing it, so I picked that up. And then 808 State, Mancunian sort of dance music from the early 90s. And then two more. Richard's probably got both of these. Oh Yeah, Roxy Music.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
song.
in pretty nice condition. It's nice and clean. And then this is in really nice condition as well. I Want to Be Loved by Elvis Costello.
God, that is in good condition. I saw one not so long ago that was. It looked like they'd put it in their pocket, scrunched it up, and ironed it out.
Yeah, look how clean it is. It's like brand new.
That is in good nick.
Yeah, so
I like that.
few singles.
Excellent, some good choice picks there, Rob.
Yeah, about £4 there. So
Yeah, I've been listening to some interesting stuff because today I did a thing on John Leckie, producer.
oh yeah, he produced Stone Roses, didn't he?
The first Stone Roses album and the adverts didn't realise how good they were. There was another band he did from Liverpool, the Chase or something.
Who?
I think they were called the Chase or something.
I don't know those.
Hang on, I'll see if I can pull it up because it was. I listened to a little bit of the songs and I thought they were really, really good.
Shall I show you something superb?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll make you big then, Steve. It's going to be
All right,
superb.
just one superb record. This is in my upcoming video. Hannah, you know Hannah, the Omaha introvert.
Yeah.
She will eat her heart out when she sees this. This was priced at £35, and I was talking to the charity shop manager, knocked her down to £28. This is original
That's
first
a nice
press
find, isn't it?
in absolute mint condition, absolute peachy find. 28 quid is more than I would usually spend, in a week or a month even. But the one record saw it there, so batted it down £28. So send this link to Hannah, the Omaha introvert. Bang.
What is it?
Cocktail Twin.
What is it?
Cocktail Twins, Heaven or Las Vegas. But it's a renowned. They did a repress that only sounded as as good as this. It sounds perfect. It's one of their more lovely albums. I love all the early stuff. 9 LPs. But this one, the press on it is absolutely brilliant. So there you go, superb record.
Yeah. I've heard of them, but I wouldn't know what they sing. If it isn't Bad Manners, then I ain't got a clue.
Yeah, it's not quite ska, I have to say.
I did a thing. I did an album ranking on the Cocktail Twins.
Oh my god!
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Is it Liz Fraser?
Liz Fraser, yeah.
She sang with This Mortal Coil as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
One
of my
albums.
They're going to be in my top 10, Rob.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Be a couple of weeks. Sorry, carry on.
I'm going to do. Here's one that you won't be able to, wait for. My next video, I'm going to do my American top 10.
You found 10 bands you like then?
It was a struggle, but I managed it. But it's going to be a
Neil
part
Young.
of a long series. This.
Yeah,
Why not do your top 10 British singles and then your top 10 British American singles? Sorry.
You know what? You've got so many good ideas. You should start a channel.
Oh, I know. People often say that.
You should do a top 9 instead. Then they look like you struggled to make a top 10.
Yeah.
So Rob, give us a clue about something that's going to be in the top 10 American bands artists.
I had a look at, so I googled because I thought these bands are so bad.
I thought you were going to say I googled where America was.
Yeah, I thought I'll Google and find a list of the most successful American bands, and I think 6 of the top 25 were actually in my top 10. So there's some pretty big hitters. I don't think you need to be a genius to sort of work out the majority of them. There's one that's pretty obscure, and it was obscure to me until about a year ago, and I've really got into them. But the majority of them are pretty basic. Have you ever done the top 10, Richard?
Of the top 10 English or British? No. I've done a video on American artists in my collection. That was years ago.
I remember that one.
I've got my 2 lists written down, but I've got to do the video. Yeah.
Right, I did actually do top 20. I think about a year and a half ago.
Who?
I think. No, I did a top 20 American artists about a year and a half ago.
Right.
I'm just going to bail out for a bit, okay, guys?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
mate.
All right. Shall I sign off or shall I come back on? Just got to go to the bus stop.
Okay, Dad, just do what you did last time.
All right. Okay. See you in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that band, Rob, that John Leckie did, Cast. They're a Liverpool indie
Oh,
band.
Cass, yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were
Simon,
quite
you
good.
like Cass, don't you?
I
I
like
do.
Cass.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I've really just got into them, really, doing this John Leckie thing.
They had
I've got
some brilliant.
CDs of it.
I really like that song, Guiding Star. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the lead singer has made some solo albums, hasn't he?
Is it John
So
Powell?
really, he
John
was in the
Powell,
lab as well, wasn't he?
Yeah,
One
it's-
of them
going,
was,
aren't
yeah.
Still going.
He was in the large, yeah.
Right, folks, I'm off as well. So,
See you, Richard.
okay,
Richard.
enjoy the rest of your stream. Good day.
yeah. I'll see you on Saturday, Richard.
All the best. I'll see you Saturday. All the best.
Okay,
Bye.
Richard.
Yeah.
Okay, Richard McCook, thank you very much. I'm doing something American on the 4th of July, so because
Yeah.
I've got.
Oh,
I've
Are you
got
eating a hot dog?
Actually,
want
I
something,
think
Nick?
I'll hold
I
that
said, are
video
you eating a
back.
hot dog?
Yeah, I'm going to hit a hot dog. It's actually my mate Lee's birthday as well, so he was born on the 4th of July.
Yeah, I
Oh,
might wait
okay.
till the 4th of July then to do that top 10. There's no rush, is there, really?
Nah. Yeah, something
What
that'd be
about-
something good.
What about some more of the things that Michael put on his 10 Commandments? What do you think of those?
I haven't watched it
Some are
yet.
pretty
I've
good.
been too busy.
Some are, okay.
What did he put on there? Can you remember?
Oh, geez. No, I can't remember.
I think one of his. I think we're all guilty of this. One of the things he said that you shouldn't show records until you've listened to them.
Yes.
You know, I've heard you, Nick, say a few times, "I've not played this yet."
Yeah.
You know,
I've been doing a lot of catching up today with records, albums.
do you think that people are they're that keen to get a video out that instead of actually listening to the music and then speaking about it, you just want to get a video out? So you end up you're just showing records, really. You're not actually talking about music, are you?
Yeah, well, the thing is, you tend to pigeonhole your latest finds, don't you? You put them like somewhere in your room or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a lot you can do with them until you've done a video, because you don't want to disturb that lot, do you?
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes I kind of feel compelled to do a video. You know,
Right. Talk to me about that feeling.
I don't know. You sort of you feel you haven't done much, or I don't know. You feel like you're trying to grab people's interest or something like that.
Yeah.
I've always said I'm only doing this for a bit. You know, it's a bit of fun. I get to hear about different genres, bands, and all that. I get to chat with different people like yourselves.
Yeah.
You know it, and the day it starts becoming a chore, it'll be the day I jack it all in.
No, but that's quite interesting that you're saying that you feel like you're doing a video because you don't want to be people to sort of forget you. So you feel
That
a
kind
bit
of
of pressure.
sounds like a chore, doesn't it?
Pardon?
Yeah, it's
That
probably.
kind of sounds like a chore.
Sorry, Simon. I didn't.
The way you said that, Rob, that kind of sounds like it is a chore, you know?
Yeah.
Like you feel
That's
like
why
you
I
have
don't do
to.
many videos.
I haven't got to that stage yet. I'm doing
Yeah.
it 2 years.
Yeah, I've been doing it 5 years, so you soon get fed up. Believe me.
It's not a chore with me. I enjoy it. I love doing it. But
Yeah, I
sometimes you
enjoy
kind of
doing it.
sometimes you kind of feel compelled
Yeah.
to get a
right.
video up and on the go. That's probably what I'm getting at.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you, Nick. You know, it's why I do it. You know, but I think about my videos. You know, they're all exactly the same, except the records are slightly different.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd like to think of something a little bit different to do.
Yeah, the thing
I
is
probably
with
will.
you, Mike, when you talk about your records, you do it. You know you're into it because you talk about them with passion. And I think that's why there's some people they just
Are you getting him mixed up with someone else?
Oh, thanks, Rob. I love you too. Yeah,
Yes, I had someone give me some stick this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, apparently I'm boring.
No.
Well, you know, he's got a point, hasn't he?
I'm boring. And apparently, if I was more dynamic, I'd get more viewers.
Yeah.
Apparently, but then I said I'm not allowed now. My reply was I'm not a loudmouth by nature.
Yeah.
I don't like it when you fish a video and the first thing you get is hi and all this. Way steady on.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own style, haven't they? And quirks, and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, about 3 months ago, some guy from the Far East somewhere sort of contacted me to say that, you know, if I give him money, he can optimize my YouTube channel. Guess what I said?
I've had
Yeah,
that.
I've had that. I'm getting it quite a lot at the moment, especially if
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
I
comment.
I noticed, Mike, you're kind of. There was quite a few people from the UK at the beginning of the year started a channel, but I think you're probably the person who stuck at it the most, you know, and putting out regular content. So.
Yeah, well, I just lead a sad life, Rob, you know. If I didn't do this, I wouldn't do anything.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
Harder to grow your channel now than it was maybe 5 years ago?
Yeah, I spoke about that a week or two ago. I mean, I think Iain will agree that him going on Rachel's stream, sort of, people have become a lot more aware of Ian's channel due to his appearances with Rachel. And, you know, even appearing on something like this or any other live stream. But I've always said, if you want your channel to grow, you have to network. You can't just sit there and expect everybody to come and watch your channel. You know, you've got to make a bit of effort and put yourself out there.
Yeah, I agree. But then again, you know, I find that there are some people that don't seem to interact at all.
No,
and they
exactly, yeah.
Get loads of views, loads of subs.
Yeah.
Well, the live stream isn't for everybody, is it? You know.
I suppose
I think you've got to have a certain thing, haven't you, to do this? I mean, there's not a lot of people that would host a live stream because people have said to me, how, you know, that don't come on here. How the hell do you sit and host a live stream every week? I said, it's just easy. I'm the host and the guests do the talking. I just interact with my guests. And that's what a good host should do. Not like on some channels where they take over. And then I'm not just saying about a certain one. I've watched a few live streams and there's certain hosts that they want to be the most important person on that stream. I'm not the most important people. It's the people in the gallery and my guests, and they're the most important people.
Well, yeah, I mean, Rob's the star of this show, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and I've had people say that he sort of takes over, and he doesn't take over. He's an integral part of this stream. He's an important. Everyone's important.
Yeah, I think like in the UK, there's. I mean, some people have said like the VC in the UK is pretty strong, you know, and I agree with that. I don't think we sort of oversaturate YouTube, do we? You know, people like James Griffiths and John the 6-inch pianist and, you know, Gatefold 33. They tend to do maybe one video a week and that's it. Some cases, maybe one every 2 weeks.
Even Alan's cut down a lot now, hasn't he?
Say that again.
Even Alan has cut down quite a lot now, hasn't he? Static Traveller.
Yeah, Alan has taken a bit of a break, isn't he? But I think maybe he was getting a little bit sort of disillusioned with the VC. I'm not too sure. People tend to go through phases, you know, and then they come back better than ever. You know, I'm sure we'll see a lot more of Alan later in the year, hopefully. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Before I forget, who was the Australian guy who's had his channel hacked?
Lloyd Boone.
Lloyd Boone.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. I'll have to subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carl tweeted us something about Rob always asks the right questions at the right time.
Is Richard changed?
Yeah, I've always liked Carl.
Yeah, Richard changed. He's grown a beard and lost his Irish accent. Changed his name to Mike.
Hello, Mike.
Hi, Stevie.
Nice to have met you, Richard, if you're still there. The bus was on time. It's another miracle.
Bus on time? Dear me. Yeah, so, Rob, you're getting a lot of praise tonight. You always ask good questions. And Dave, Mastermind Dave, says, I'm the Graham Norton of the VC UK live stream.
Oh, God, no, you're better than Iain.
That's quite an insult, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't Dave's allowed it? I've known him, a long time. Far too long.
Has any of you watched he's had a lot of views on his video, Steve Carlson, when he was talking about vinyl prices reducing. Anyone watch that video?
I did. Yeah.
I thought it was going the other way. I thought that the thing that's cheaper is cassettes at the moment and CDs.
Well, yeah. I mean, we talked a lot about CDs, haven't we? But, you know, there's no sign of vinyl getting cheaper in the UK at the moment, is there?
No.
But then he was talking about, he mentioned a George Harrison box set that retailed at $1,000, Christ's sake.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
you have to have more money than sense, don't you?
Yeah, I love George Harrison, but not that much.
Exactly. You know, and you've probably got all the stuff anyway.
Yeah. I think it was more. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of the Beatles. How many box sets of the Beatles do you need?
How many Quadrophenia albums do you need?
Yeah. I think
probably less than one.
Half a dozen.
I mean, I noticed Steve Carlson's had a lot of views on that video, so I think sort of maybe it's more relatable to sort of people in America and people who buy records online. He showed quite a number of records that he bought online for sort of £15 to £12 that was sort of retailing at £30 to £40 6 months ago. But I think if you do buy from Amazon, if you keep checking the prices, you will find some good deals. But obviously, everyone's got a budget, and really, you've got to sort of keep to your budget. I don't know what sort of budget you guys have got for a month. Have you got a monthly budget or
0?
Well, I try and keep it down, but
well, you seem to buy quite a bit of new music, Mike. So You must
Yeah.
be hitting over £100 a month, I would say.
I reckon it's probably about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably a bit more. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because
It's
know,
saving
that
money on
wedding-
furniture.
Yeah.
yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah, so be kids.
We've got another record.
That one cost
Hey,
me
great.
42 quid, I think it is, from Amazon.
Right.
But that's an
Wow.
absolute. That's a four disc set.
Oh, is it
You know,
four discs, that?
four, yeah. It's probably the most comprehensive greatest hits album ever.
Right.
You open it up and there's like a house that sort of pops up out the sleeve,
Right.
you know. But there was a time when I wouldn't have dreamed spending 40 something odd quid on a record. But unfortunately, if you want the damn things, you've got to pay the bloody money, haven't you? This is the thing.
Well, yeah.
I keep hearing like there's a lot of faults with like the modern records people are buying, especially like from the States. But
Yeah.
I've never come across anything like that over here.
No.
But, you know, not saying that it doesn't happen, of course, but it seems to be
No, they
quite
do.
a thing over there.
A lot of people in America, a lot of people in general. I don't know if you do this, Mike. When you buy a new record, you clean it before you play it.
Usually, yeah.
Right.
But I mean, not always. You know, what you mean? I get out my $3,000 cleaning machine
Yeah.
and
I'm not
do
sure
it the
what
way
your
Maslov
cleaning
told me
routine
to.
is. I'm guessing you put them in the dishwasher.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, with a bit of Ajax.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was on Rachel's once, they were talking about all these fancy machines, and Rachel said to me, she says, "How do you clean your records?" I said, "With a damp cloth and warm water,
Yeah.
like I always have."
Yeah.
There's not a right way and there's not a wrong way, is there?
I think this is one of the reasons how you got back into sort of vinyl, was it, Stevie? When you decided to clean your record collection.
Yeah. Towards the end of the pandemic, I mean, they'd been in like a couple of addresses, and they were in a garage we rented. And I've been watching like music and vinyl videos during the pandemic, and it was towards the end. I thought I really got to do something, so I set up some tables, got some cloths, and what's the cleaner? It's one of the popular cleaners that's on Amazon. And then just set about just gently cleaning them. I mean, I've only got sort of basic tools, but yeah, and just started cleaning them, buying sleeves, and sort of giving them a bit of TLC that they never really had, and just trying to resurrect it, you know. But my collection is probably 3 times the size now.
Yeah, you know, when you say that you started watching vinyl community channels on YouTube, which channels were you watching at that time?
Well, you know, that's quite interesting, because I'd watch kind of anything, but then I think YouTube kind of recommends the sort of bigger channels, you know. So
yeah,
I mean, you'd have to go to the moon to sort of not get Maslov recommended on your feed, you know. So it was all of those that came on. So I started watching those, but over time I've gradually changed, and watch things of more interest to me.
They always sort of tend to point you towards that wanker, don't they?
Well, there's what's his name? What's the guy with the Arizona record store?
Records. Oh, the Ingroove.
Ingroove, yeah. So there's Ingroove, and then Melinda, and all that. But I found I don't watch. No offense to them, but I don't watch any of that anymore at all. Really, I mean, it's like these kind of channels that are on in the UK channels I find most interesting. You know.
Yeah. I do watch Melinda sort of on quite a regular basis, because I quite like the way she presents herself. You know, but her musical taste, is 100 miles from mine.
Yeah, I can't think why on earth you'd be watching that channel, mate.
There's only
Oh,
one
no.
watching that channel.
Oh, well, why do you think? Three
Exactly.
guesses. One guess.
I had a MoFi once, I think, in the distant past, and you know, that was about it. I can't remember what it was.
I'm always interested because someone like Melinda always every week seems to have this quite a decent sort of idea for a video, and she seems to mix it up quite a bit. So, kudos to her. What about you, Simon? Who are you drawn to? Who do you tend to watch?
Mainly the UK channels. Some of the US ones. But brother Brian, I find him quite funny sometimes.
Right.
And yeah, not many really. It's a struggle to keep up with everyone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're working and kids as well. It's not easy.
The Americans just seem to be like bombarding us with like live streams about kind of like anything,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, no offense to them, but I'm not going to watch like 5 live streams about Kiss, the favorite Kiss albums. God knows, just all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not into watching auctions on live streams. There's so much silence and people going.
Yeah,
It's more entertaining when people bombard them.
Yeah. It's so almost sort of cold and calculated, isn't it? It's just there's no atmosphere to it.
No, I mean, everyone knows my views on auctions. I don't want to be repeating myself on every video, but every live stream. But I believe people come into the vinyl community wanting to sell records, and I'm sure there's going to be more people doing that in the future. I understand that there's people who live in areas where there's no record shops, and auctions come in handy, and they're buying them off people that they know. So maybe it's just me. I'm sort of stuck in my old ways, really. But I can never envisage watching an auction. I wouldn't go in one and disrupt it. It's just not for me.
It's a perfect way of recycling your collection, isn't it? Because you do YouTube videos where you're showcasing records you're buying. Then a week or so down the line, you're selling them on an auction. Then a week later, you're buying more. It's like it's a constant on the move, isn't it?
What you should do is when you get to, I don't know if anybody's getting near 1,000 subs. When you get near to 1,000 subs, just make a big bin full of stuff that you're not really listening to. So, right, 1,000 sub competition giveaway. And I'll have top 20 prizes. You can all have an LP each or something like that.
Yeah.
Is anybody getting near 1,000 subs at the moment?
I'm not even at 200, Stevie.
Oh, that's near enough.
I'm 981.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, you're bound to have some stuff. Just a free giveaway.
Iain, if you were to go on Rachel's stream in the next day or two, I'm sure she'd get you 19 subscribers. If you said, I only need 19, I'm sure you'd get them.
Shut the door.
I don't. Yeah. I'm not that desperate.
That's what I was thinking. Oh yeah, there's a lot of videos have come up, and suggestions in the last few days, and it's Maslow and his crew slagging off Michael 45 RPM, and I've got no idea what it's all about.
I think it all stems back to this UB40 album that Mazzy auctioned at the
not a controversy.
Yeah, apparently he put a bid in and it wasn't heard, and he lost out on the auction, and it went to someone else, and he's a bit upset about it.
Oh right.
Who cares?
Oh well.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to care about this?
Yeah.
No.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't. I didn't want to waste the time actually watching the videos, but
it's childlike, isn't it? It's childish, isn't it? All this stuff.
Yeah.
But what it is, it's quite interesting. It's kind of like two, I suppose, sort of big titans of, if you want to class it, the vinyl community, Michael and Mazzy. And you know, there's no love lost really because of what I described last week, where Michael went on with Mazzy when he was nobody, and then he sort of overtook him. And like I say about Michael, he's a great businessman, etc. But it's just quite an interesting dynamic to see them at odds with each other. And then you get other people like Marius Stark and Davey Strangename making videos about them. It's all adds to the fun, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, so the Apprentice became the Master then.
I think, yeah, that's pretty close to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of my favourite American channels. Is Sea of Tranquility, because it appeals to my sort of thing: prog, rock, metal. Pete Pardo's a great host. He does his thing, Hudson Valley Squares, on a Monday. He does it every other Monday. It's really good. All the people that live around the Hudson Valley, they have a topic, and you can have up to 10 people on there, and there's no over shouting there. It goes round and it's controlled. And
is that really classed as vinyl community though?
No,
Because
it's not. It's nothing to do with the vinyl community.
No.
So
it's a good channel.
Let me just say this now. The one great thing about the vinyl community is it's absolutely chaotic. So you're going to get these personalities. You're going to get all this controversy because that's the people in the vinyl community. They're out of control a lot of the time, you know. Whereas these like Sea of Tranquility, the YouTubers, they're very nice people, but it's a total different dynamic. You've got
it's the medication.
Egos. Yeah, you've got loads of egos in the VC. It's totally different to these channels like that.
Yeah.
I think there's a high proportion of VC members that are on some sort of medication, or or sometimes they get the medication. I think we should give a shout out to an American, Jack Vinyl Martini. He's a favorite American of mine.
Yeah, I love Jack.
He's a good guy. Shout out to Jack.
Is it in Canada?
He's Canadian, isn't he?
He's Canadian, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, Canadian. Well,
yeah, he said he did on holiday in Europe and he bought 99 albums.
I'm going to have to go now because I've got some medication to take.
Well, Rob, before you go.
Yeah. Is that your twin brother? See you later, guys.
Yeah, Rob.
Good night, Rob.
See you later.
Night, Rob.
See you, Rob.
I'm going to let it run for a few more minutes because we're having a good conversation, and we've had some of my American friends come in, the vinyl archivist, and Louis Golden. Nice to see you here, guys. And then vinyl, as he said, sorry to hear about my friend Gary yet. This stream is fascinating to listen to as an American on the outside. So we are making it.
Ian. You're getting a load of comments in the chat here, but when I look at it, it's got like 24 watching.
Yeah, there's only 24 watching. We're a small community, but over the week we have at least 260 people.
You'll get 1,000 views for this easy.
Yeah. We're going to try and get one. I'm talking to Michael from Japan. He was talking about when he's Simon. We're going to try and get you on, and who was the others he wanted to get on with us?
It
was a week ago, wasn't it? It's a long time ago.
Was it one of these pals, wasn't it?
Yeah. Have you get 3 on and then big it up? You know.
when you say Michael from Japan, is that Rice Fields?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a complete nutcase.
He seems a nice
funny guy, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been under a lot of stress. He's been having a go at me because I passed him in subs. So
Oh, he did.
I don't want to remind him.
Yeah, he did. He did say mention that last week. Funny enough. No, we had once we finished off stream. We had a really good chat, didn't we, Simon? It was excellent chat. Yeah. So I'm sure people have noticed what's been going at the bottom. Yeah, last Friday I lost one of my friends that I've known. We met when we were 14.
Wow.
He lost his battle with cancer.
I forgot to say in my my commiserations and condolences.
Yes, condolences. Yeah.
Your friends.
He's as I put, he's now rocking. R.I.P. Rock in peace, because he was a rocker. The last gig we went together with was to see John Coughlin's Quo at the Black Prince in Northampton, and we had a fantastic night. See, Gary had spina bifida, so he was in a wheelchair. The thing is, people don't stand in front of him. So Lee's is a short guy with a stick, and me. So we put Gaz in front of you, and no one would stand in front of him.
Did you get free tickets, Iain, as like the helper?
Oh, I'm not going to. But I've had many a free ticket.
I see, right.
Especially when you go to the concert, when you go to a big place like the NEC, you used to go with Gaz and Lee.
Yeah.
I won't say what Gaz used to say because it might offend other people.
And you got good parking as well, I bet.
Oh yeah, always get good parking. He used
give
to
give us Gary's sort of top 10 bands or top 10 LPs in memory of Gary. Then
Gary, he loves Status Quo.
Status Quo.
Pat Benatar was one of his favourites.
Yeah.
So I did a ranking for him. He loved Shawaddy Waddy. He was Def Leppard, Whitesnake, AC/DC.
Bit of a rocker.
He liked a lot of 70s. He used to do discos, Gary did. And his record collection, his singles, he had over 4,000 singles.
Wow.
All catalogued. He used to do, he did my wedding, he did birthdays, he did a lot of charity rock discos for me. He was such an all-round guy. And, losing him at 58, 57 is just no age. Yeah, so he's now rocking with Alan and Rick and Bon Scott and that. So he'll be having a good time upstairs. One of my he was so funny. He used to get absolutely paralytic sometimes when he was a bit younger, and he's fallen out of his wheelchair so many times. And the thing is, we just sat there and laughed. And he used to say things like, "Are you actually going to help me?" Yeah, when we've composed us. That's the sort of guy Gary was. He just got such a dry sense of humour. I mean, one of my favourite bits with him, he accepted there were certain jobs he couldn't do because of his disability. And what really hacked him off when people says, "I've got the right to do a job." No, you haven't. You can't do everything. We've got limitations. It's not our faults, but we have to live with it. Like he wouldn't get. There was one of his friends that wanted to chain himself to Nick will know this in the drapery in the buses because he couldn't get on buses. And I won't say what he called her. he didn't mix his words. So as Dave said, my wedding was a rocking good night because we actually had the music we wanted on. Yeah, so there's some fond memories for me of Gaz. So yeah,
thanks for sharing.
Yeah, he was one of my first subscribers.
Wow.
You mentioned Shawaddy Waddy.
Yeah.
Many moons ago, I used to work for Parcel Force. I used to deliver to Dave Bartram's house. It was on my delivery route.
Oh,
I never met him.
No,
His wife always answered the door.
Yeah, he's still. Although he doesn't sing with them now, he's the manager, isn't he? He manages them now.
I believe the only time I ever saw him was at Asda in Corby. There was a big black Mercedes parked up, and I said to the missus, I think I recognise that car, and blah blah blah. We come out with the shopping, and there he was, berating an Asda employee who's trying to load bags of compost into the boot of his Merc.
Yeah, I met a 60s star in a bizarre place, a garden centre up on Queen Eleanor on the near the Queen Eleanor pub. There's a garden centre, if you know, Nick. And I'll tell you who it was Alan Clark out of the Hollies.
Oh.
He was buying bushes. I said to my dad, I said, "Is that who I think it is?" He says, "Yeah, that's Alan Clark. He lives in Hartwell." So there you go.
Another one that I used to deliver to was what's his name, Coles, out the Communards.
Oh,
Richard Cole.
that was a vicar, Richard Cole.
Yeah, yeah,
I've met
yeah.
Richard. He's a really nice bloke. I met him on a youth conference, and he was not as famous as then, but he was such a nice bloke. You know, his passion for music was fantastic. You know, and then he went on and said, "Oh, I'll do it."
Yeah.
I'm quite interested in actually people's kind of like weirdest experiences meeting like famous musicians and stuff, like in the lift or in the supermarket or something like that.
Yeah, I've met Mick Box I've literally bumped into Mick Box from Uriah Heep at Wembley. That was
Anybody else?
Oh, Bob Catley of Magnum at Milton Keynes, the stables. Turned around like that with a pint. Now, Bob Catley's only about 3'3", you know, and I took him out. I've also met ex-members of Magnum. There's a band called Kingdom of the Madness that Mark Stanway done at the time. Who was in the band? Neil Murray was in the band. Mickey Barker, the old drummer. And the guy that used to, what's his name? Lawrence, used to play with UFO and Grand Slam. Now, I said to Mickey Barker, I said, the last time I've seen you 3 times in Milton Keynes, one at the Bowl. And he went, "Oh, that was a great gig." I says, "The last time when I nearly knocked a pint out of Bob's hand, and this one, you know," and they're so nice guys. Mark Stanway is terrific. You know, met 1 or 2 people. Met John Coghlan, he was all right. Met Noddy Holder.
Wow.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, he was on the stage at Milton Keynes.
Who was the other one in Slade? The guitarist with the hats.
Dave Hill.
I bumped into Dave Hill. It was in a hotel, not Bournemouth. It was down, not Studland, the other side where all the expensive houses are. And I was just in the hotel using the toilet, and he'd come in. He was at reception. He was complaining that somebody had parked in the priority car park spaces. And I just sort of stopped and just pretended to be like looking at the newspaper, listening to his conversation. He was having a real go because somebody had parked in his reserved car parking space or something like that.
Yes, one of the funniest ones I had was, it was not a film star or rock star. It was Jim Bowen.
Oh yeah.
And he stayed in the hotel when I got married. He was staying in the same hotel, and I bumped into him as I was coming down for breakfast. And he says, "Are you from the wedding last night?" I went, "Yeah." Do you know what he said? Super. He did. He went super smashing great. And when he went, my ex-wife said, "Did he really say that on purpose, or do you think he says it's normally?" I said, "I think it just comes naturally to him."
He didn't say, "Well, you've had a grand day out" or anything like that.
No, he didn't say that. And be much fairer.
Here's what you could have won.
Yeah, you could have won the speedboat, but
yeah,
You don't say that at a wedding.
The country. Yeah, one of the other memories I'm not talking about more wedding night. A certain person who remains nameless. He couldn't come to
Sandbags.
the wedding.
That's it.
Yes, that's a posh place. He left me a bottle of champagne in my room.
Wow.
Yeah, that was Mr. Keogh. He left a bottle of champers in this room. Yes. Anyway, I am getting tired myself now. I've been busy today, and so once again, thank you guys for being here. It's always a pleasure having Simon, Steve, Mike, and Nick. You're absolute stars.
And I just
Yes, he's going to put his knotted hat on.
This is a British live stream.
This is a proper.
Yeah.
He's what's his name? He's going to go. No.
Yeah.
And that
If you're
was
lucky,
completely different.
I'll put on my string vest next week.
String back. Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, yeah.
Forwarding
Have you got a
everybody.
deck chair, Nick?
Sorry?
Have you got a deck chair, Nick?
No, but I can get one. I've got a fishing chair.
Oh, excellent!
Yeah,
So
that'll do. That'll do, yeah.
Nick, are you feeling better these days?
I should be back at work on Tuesday.
All right, you're not
brilliant.
going to tackle the decorating with all this time off.
I've been out in the back garden, clearing that and sorting out my fishing tackle because the river season opens up.
Hey, no sex, please.
I thought that was a euphemism.
I've been tinkering with my tackle.
Well,
Okay, say no more.
Yeah.
On that note.
And on that bombshell, yes.
Right.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much for
See ya.
turning up tonight.
See you again, guys.
See you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye for now, folks.